Welcome back, trainers. How's your journey going so far? Mine's going pretty good. Been a ton of fun. I'm hoping you guys are also having a ton of fun as well. Now, the big thing here is, I've discussed this before, friendship. Now, why am I going to be discussing friendship today? Because friendship is power, my friends. It is a ton of fun to go and build. There's a lot of benefits for it. And on top of that, beyond the benefits, you're going to be able to go and start helping yourself and others with things like their Pokedex. You can be helping with different kinds of trades, practice battles. There's a number of different things you can use these things for. Not to mention, just a ton of fun, just building up, new friendships with people. And I'm just talking about like real, genuine friendships. I've already made a ton of friends, especially since getting back into the game. But even more so, I got friends that are, I would dare say, lifelong friends. I mean, from Go so far. But how do you get friends exactly, right? You're not sure where to start. You could be rural, you could be moving. I mean, there could be all sorts of different things you could be doing. But how do you get friends? It might seem like a weird thing, right? Go out and meet people, right? With Go, it's a little different. For those that are unfamiliar with it, maybe you don't touch raids. Maybe you don't hit gyms. So how do you get friends? The number one way I will ever suggest, and it's not just because I'm a community ambassador, nope. This is because this is the fastest way to go and connect with people, to go and get into raids. You can meet up locally. I mean, there's a number of different things you can do with this, and that is Niantic Campfire. Now, this isn't going to be some plug to go and promote this. No, absolutely not. No, this is the best way to make friends. The reason I say that is because you can remote raid through it. You can discuss all sorts of things on there with people. It's a nice community to go get in with. And on top of that, once again, I'm just going to go back to the remote raids. You can raid remotely. You can organize through there just like how you could on Campfire. However, you can directly remote through there if you've got open friend slots. You can go and find meetups, community ambassador meetups, mind you, because now that we have a medal for community ambassador-led meetups, this is where you also get the timed research, okay? Which we'll get into later, much later. This is not a walkthrough. You're gonna, it's not anything like that. But this is where you're gonna get a ton of fun. You're gonna go and meet a ton of people. You're gonna have a lot of fun, I promise you. So let's get right into Niantic Campfire, I guess. I'm not gonna give you guys a quick little walkthrough on how to use it, but it's crucial. So wherever you can go get your apps, so wherever you downloaded Pokemon Go from, highly suggest go get yourself Niantic Campfire. It is absolutely crucial, especially in your Pokemon journey. I use it all the time. I've got meetups galore. In fact, I would dare say we have some of the most meetups in the Pacific Northwest so far. We are averaging about 20 meetups a month. It's incredible. And on top of that, we have tons of people, new people. We've got the veterans, our usuals coming. We have a ton of people coming all the time. It's awesome. And so that's why I will always promote it. It is a good thing to have when doing this. But the power of friendship, right? Why is it so important? First up, when you're building your friendship with other trainers, you get things like you're inflicting more damage. Who doesn't want to inflict more damage in raids? You're going to be able to party up with these people. That's a good thing. Once again, inflicting more damage. On top of that, as you build your friendship, you also, as you're going up in your friendship levels, so there's 4, which I'll post up here in a second, you'll be able to go and see. Once you build up on each of those tiers, you get more XP. Once you get more XP, obviously this is going to help you it's going to boost up your level. Now this is what you're obviously wanting to do, and this is also what other people want to do for themselves as well. So that's a good benefit. On top of that, when you're sending gifts, right? you get Stardust, you get items, all sorts of things you can get from that. So this is another big benefit. On top of that, once you're friends with somebody, you can now invite them to raids, right? You can trade with them. You can battle with them remotely. Like I said, benefits galore. But then there's the other side of things. Your Pokemon, right? Once again, a bit cliche, but that being said, that's okay. Because building your friendship with your Pokemon is going to be absolutely crucial as well. Once you max out friendship, for instance, you build up its CP a little bit. So you can extend its stat growth a little bit. And it's really, really beneficial, especially when you're doing raids. And in PvP, it helps with that. It helps with Team Go Rocket battles. You name it. On top of that, they can bring you items themselves as you build that friendship. They can bring you souvenirs. They'll go collect gifts. All sorts of things like that. It's awesome. On top of that, if it's a Pokemon that can Mega Evolve, now you walk those Pokemon, what do you get from it? Mega Energy, right? This includes Primal Energy as well. So that's going to be a big thing you're going to want to make sure you go and focus in on. Once again, why is it so important again? It's right there. So I want to give you guys a quick little showcase of why I feel it's so important. All right, there we go. We want to build up our friendship, right? Well, let's talk about trainers' friendship first. This is an easy one. There's a few different ways you can increase it. A few different ways your friends can increase it. It's purely interaction based. Any interaction with another trainer, you build up the friendship. Now, it's going to take an X amount of days to do this, and different events will allow you to build up that friendship way faster. Right? The big thing I suggest is really simple. Sending gifts and opening gifts to your buddies or your friends every single day, right? Now, you can send out a total of 100 gifts a day. You can only open it. Once again, this differs, okay? So I'm not going to go and throw a number out there, but you can open X amount of gifts per day. This is huge because item gains, and then of course, Stardust gain. But once again, this is all going to go back to the XP. You also get experience when you increase your friendship level. That's huge. I'm never going to stop saying that. It's huge. Because end of the day, with the level cap being level 50 currently, mind you, it could end up going up later. And we'll have a video on that once that happens. But you want to build that up as quickly as possible. If you've got a limit currently at 450 friends, if you multiply that by how much you can get at max level, or at once you max out the friendship out, that's 150,000, then you multiply that by 450. Then on top of that, you double that with a lucky egg. We're talking millions of experience. Huge numbers. So go out, build up some friendships. This is going to be absolutely crucial. And there's times where I will even put my code out there for people. So be on the lookout for it on X, on Instagram. Those are going to be the best ways to go and add me as a friend. If you guys are ever watching on Twitch, I'll post up there too. So things to consider. Once again, if you're going to be going for friendship, add your local trainers, ones that are nearby. Why? Because you boost them up and you guys are raiding together all the time. It's going to be huge. Now, that also brings me to that as well. If you raid with a friend, right? Any of your trainer friends, that's an interaction. You just need any interaction. Opening a gift, trading, battling, raiding, attacking a gym while you're in party together. I mean, it all will build up your friendship. It's absolutely crucial to do. And once again, it's only one interaction per day. That's it. It's not that much. But especially if you're playing during events where you're boosting your friendship, or it's getting doubled or tripled or whatever, this is going to be crucial to really build it then. Okay? All right. Now let's get into the building Pokemon. That friendship there is there's a lot more to it. Let me just slap it up here for you right there. Perfect. So, building up a friendship for your Pokemon, there's numerous different things you can do. For instance, you can feed them. You can do that up to 3 times per day, or if you have a Poffin, that instantly feeds them and then it puts them in the excited state, which means they get double hearts. You can battle with them 3 times. Once again, if they're in the excited state, you can battle with them, I believe, up to 6 times. And then you can play with them, which just basically it's petting them. So you can just go like that on the screen on them, right? Or, whatever, there's different things you can do, but basically you just touch screen and just go back and forth and boom, you played with them. Then you can take a picture of them. That's pretty easy. I recommend when doing this without AR. It speeds up the process significantly. And then after that, then you can also walk a route with them. You can visit a new Pokestop. That's easy. Kind of, right? Because if you're like me, you've spun every stop in your area. So make sure, this is going to be a crucial thing, make sure you're paying attention when there's new stops being posted. And then of course, this is going to encourage Niantic Wayfarer, right? Get out there and create new stops, right? Find a local mini library, a little free library. There's all sorts of different things, but we'll get into that in a later video, of course. And then they can always, if you're at a high enough level with your Pokemon friendship, they can bring you gifts. So they'll bring you things like regular items. Once you're at a higher level than that, so the third heart, that's when they start bringing you souvenirs, which you're going to need at higher levels. So that way, yeah, we'll show that in a bit. There we go. There's that little infographic. Let's get that out of there. A little fragile, aren't they? But you're going to want to go and build these things up. Interact with them as much as you can. Now you can swap them out 20 times a day. So if you're looking to quickly feed them, you can divide this into, let's say, if you can do it 20 times, you can divide that by 3. You could be doing this, 6 times per day with 3 different buddies. And that way you can swap over. Once you swap them and you bring them back, then you can feed them again instantly. They've lost all of their hunger. Or rather, they're hungry again, I should say. So, there's different ways you can do it. You can do 20 different buddies and then just switch them every single day. That's one method. My method I typically just stick with one at a time and just max it out and then get to the next one. It just kind of depends on my day. Some days I'm swapping between all 20. It just really depends. But everybody's got their own way of doing it. The fastest way to do it is making sure you have Poffins. That way all of your interactions count as 2. And of course, to go back on another thing real quick, just to make it even more beneficial, by taking a picture of their Pokemon, Smeargle, that'll photobomb you. And if it photobombs you, it's not a guarantee, but it's a chance. And once it photobombs you, that's a free Pokemon spawn that learns your opponent or your Pokemon's attacks. I mean, what's not to like about that? So, yeah, what's not to like about this whole friendship thing? I'm not getting it. But there's people out there that don't want to do it. It's just, they feel like it's a waste of time. Don't listen to those. And you know what? Those that are doing that, to each their own. But friendship is power, my friend. And you're going to want to go and have that power, especially when going into raids. That's going to be absolutely crucial. So, focus on it. So, I think that's enough reason, don't you? At this point, I'm going to suggest, why don't you guys get out there and build up some friendships?